Round 5 in the books. I'm not going to lie. Another week for the bookies. Unless you're one of those very much so rare ones that got a 7 out of 10. Don't 7 out of 10. 7 out of 8. Don't point at you. Don't point at yourself.
You got 6.
You got 6.
Yeah.
Well, I got 4.
Yeah.
Again, it hasn't been the prettiest month of footy tipping for me, but this is another episode of Sports Wednesday. Footy sports review of the week, more or less. For those that don't know, who might be new listening, I'm Nick. That's Jake to my left. Round 6 review. Well, let's first things first. Round 5 review. Round 6 preview. How did you find with the head high rulings?
Yeah, that's one that's
because that's what everyone is talking about right about now. And
yeah.
I'm not going to lie, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it would have been.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Look, I think it was taken a bit out of proportion, but at the same time, though, I still think it's a bit of a harsh rule. But I think we're going to see it come in the next couple of weeks. I think the NRL kind of saw how big it was blowing up, and they're like, all right, let's just not go overboard on this first week. But yeah, I mean, these rule changes, man, it's every year, and I kind of feel bad for the refs, man, because like they're having to add new rules in every surely like it's to a point where it's like soccer now. Like how many extra rules can you put in? Like what's a yellow, what's a red, what's a foul, what's not a foul, what's a handball? Like it's the same in footy. Like what's a high tackle? If he slips into it, is it a high tackle? Should he be sent off? Like it's just all these crazy. It's so like, what's the word? The specific word where it's based on opinion.
It's all over the shop.
It's all over the shop. Is right. So
how's that for your summary? Is that pretty good enough? Yeah. Well, before we get into the footy now, I know everyone listening to this isn't really a soccer fan, but Declan Rice.
Yeah, it is a sports episode. So.
I know, but Declan Rice plays for Arsenal, for those that don't know. His second free kick.
That's the best free kick I've ever seen.
And I'll put a photo under us talking about it for our socials. Neat.
That is,
each side.
That's perfection. But even the back view of it, like looking at, he just goes into it and just flicks his foot at it, and it was so perfectly pacing out and in. It was
beautiful. It was a piece of mastery.
Even his first goal was ridiculous.
Yeah, like Courtois, that second one, he couldn't do. And Courtois had a good game.
Courtois good.
He couldn't do anything. No keeper could have done anything about, and on keeper's side as well.
Yeah.
That's what made it more impressive. But yeah, I'll put a photo.
Magical.
It was crazy. But I just have to get that out there.
Yeah.
That's got to be the best goal I've seen in a while.
Back on footy terms, I don't know if you've heard, because it was only breaking in the media about 6 o'clock tonight. Titans. Manly may just have a new halfback.
Yeah, Jamal Fogarty. Chris, who is a big Raiders fan, came out in near tears when he was showing me this. Yeah, like 1.2.
Yeah, over 2 years. So Seagulls aren't prepared to offer. Oh my God, I'm having a. We've just recorded a long episode. All right. A Main Show Monday episode, which if you're just here for the sport, make sure you give us a follow on the Spotify so you get notified when our Main Show Mondays come out, because we talk about all different stuff on there. We just recorded an episode on conspiracies, which will be out on the following Monday, listening to this, so definitely check that out. But yeah, obviously Manly wanted Jamal Fogarty, and Raiders weren't prepared to offer the 2 years.
Yeah.
But the thing is, good halves are so hard to find, as we're finding out with some of these teams. He's a good half.
He ain't bad. He ain't bad. Now, for me, it's putting too much pressure on Strange. Way too much.
He's been pretty underwhelming to start the year, would you say?
Yeah.
He's only had one try involvement in the first 5 rounds. Actually, sorry, I think that's a lie. I think he had 2 try involvements so far.
Even so, for a half, pretty lackluster.
Yeah, hasn't scored 2 try assists in 5 games.
Ain't the best.
I mean, to be fair, the Raiders have scored some points, which seems to be a good segue. Raiders beating Sharks.
Yeah. I mean, that last try really sums it up, doesn't it?
That's just
It's
the
crazy.
ultimate roll of the dice.
How well it played out for Canberra there.
Yeah.
Like, just passes and kicks and flick passes and had the whole bag.
Which gives me a good time to talk about this. On obviously I play rugby league as well. On the weekend, there was 20 seconds to go in the first half. We were down 6-0, and we got a penalty 30 metres out right in front.
Uh-huh.
And I signalled to the captain, let's take the 2 here, right? Let's just get some points on the board because this could easily come down to 2 points at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And he didn't want nothing to do with it. He kicked for touch, and they went for one trick shot play, and we got tackled. Would you have taken the 2 in that spot?
Yeah.
I thought that was the right
I
call.
feel like whenever points are on offer and it's like
There was only one play before halftime.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah, what's the rush?
Even if you do score in a corner, it doesn't mean you're going to kick it. So what?
No.
4 points,
Yeah.
2 to 4 points. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Everyone's got their own opinions on it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I was bringing it back to the roll of the dice thing for the Raiders here. That was some crazy stuff.
At one point, I thought Sharks had him.
It's just the Sharks' way, though. They
No.
find ways to lose every
The
week.
thing I can't believe is that the unders hit.
Yeah.
The unders were like 46.5.
Yeah. I saw that.
And it was like 18.
It was
what was
36 points in the
yeah,
first
it was
half.
like 18. What was it?
It was 18 all at half
18
time.
all half time. And the unders hit.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Lions were
Wow.
60 and a half.
Yeah.
The Lions at halftime.
Wow. I mean, let's not mention the guarantee there, but new week, new
Yeah,
me.
I didn't like your guarantee. I said that
I
from the
mean, I
start.
thought it was,
I never will take the
Led up
Sharks as a
to it.
guarantee.
there. Well,
Because the only guarantee about the Sharks is they'll find a way to lose. Exhibit A.
we found that out.
But the big one, Cows
Mm,
knocking over Penrith.
yeah.
I mean, every week we're saying it now, it's becoming less and less meaningful, Penrith losing.
Casey McLean, pass the ball, bud.
Yeah, he tried to be the hero,
That's
didn't
game
he?
over. Pass the ball.
Draw and pass. You know, fair play to Drinkwater.
No doubt.
Fair play to Drinkwater
Yeah.
for not trying to go for the intercept there. Because,
Well, he looked like he did, but he slipped.
yeah.
It was like a keeper reaction, like he slipped over.
It's like he tried to do both. Like he tried to like...
Yeah, and then managed to like one arm like get under, and it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Scotty
so
Drinkwater there.
big up the Cows there.
Yeah.
Pulling the shift. Obviously Cleary back this week. We'll see how
It was back
important...
last week as well.
Yeah, but...
Edwards is back this week.
And Yo? Was Yo out last week?
Yo played last week.
Yeah, okay.
Toto was out. I think Toto was out for another
Right.
few weeks.
Rabbitohs doing the Roosters there.
Yeah, forward
Impressive.
pass.
Forward pass.
Yeah.
Did you see that tweet that they went out? The Rabbitohs GM tweeted to Buzz Rothfield because Buzz Rothfield was having a big stink up about going forward. Tried to give him some physics on it. like law of motion 101 if something's moving forward. And you know what? He made a good point. If you throw a footy while you're driving out of the car window, it's still going to travel forward because of the law
Yeah,
of
but look
motion.
where the ball went. And Latrell's barely moving at this point.
Still moving forwards.
He took like two steps.
Forward velocity.
He did the shittest goosey of all time
Yeah.
and threw that.
Can I just say, that try there emphasises how shit Dom Young is as a fucking defender. What was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
By the way, you should not get cut out balled with that little room
3 defenders gone
in
about 15 meters.
about an 8-meter gap.
Mm.
And Dom Young flings himself at it and misses it completely.
Yeah. Shout out to Tass who stayed in field.
That was tough.
That was good.
That was
real
low-key
good.
tough.
Live, I thought he stood out.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Atashi didn't raise his flag.
that's tough.
But again, shout out the official for not raising his flag.
Well, he probably should have because it was forward pass, but
Yeah, well, I mean, it's too late now.
I don't know. Up for debate.
Yeah.
Another one here up for debate. How about the Eels and Dragons? How about Gutho versus Lomax against their old clubs?
Gutho,
Throwing
man.
haymakers
Never
at each
fails. Never fails. In a way, I felt bad for both.
other. Yeah.
In a way, because like I know Parra got their first win, but Lomax in that interview,
Yeah.
that was one of the most heartfelt interviews I think I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
entirety of watching rugby league.
Mixed emotions.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, did you see in the crowd about the two young guys in the crowd?
Turn the Gutherine to old mate. He wasn't happy, eh? He was not happy.
I would have loved to see a camera angle when they won the game of him.
Oh
like-
yeah, it would. He was not happy. But back to the South game. Did you see that fight that was in the crowd?
Yeah, it emerged on socials, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know. While we're on the topic of crowds, AFL related, there's two lads that bought a gun into
Yeah, he
the
decided to-
MCG for the Collingwood game, I
Yeah.
believe.
Got 80k at that.
Yeah.
Big game. It's a derby, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know, but decided to bring 9mm guns.
Carlton Collingwood, that's the derby,
Was
isn't
it Carlton Collingwood? It was,
Yeah, I
I
think
know
so.
Collingwood was in it, but
Yeah.
yeah, like both had guns.
Hmm. Boom
The
pluck.
Who-
Can I just say, Sportsbet knows something. That Eels line was 22.5.
Yeah.
23. When was the last time you saw a team finish on 23 points?
One for the odds.
Anyways, Dolphins beating the Titans. This one's one you got really wrong, didn't you?
Yeah, I was all over the shop. I mean, Tino got sent off, or not sent off, sin-binned early, and then it was just from there, it was open season
Yep.
for the Dolphins.
Broncos did a number on the Tigers. To be fair, Tigers,
Tigers-
fish out.
Tigers had me worried. I was at work, and Tigers had me worried. Up 12-6.
Yeah.
Then that Reynolds try, yeah, little wizard.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
wizard then proceeds to do his hammy.
Yeah, well,
Goal kicking it.
everyone's doing their hammies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Storm ran away with it against the Eagles.
just an absolute abomination. That one
I mean,
was.
a team with Jerome Hughes in it is a completely different team.
Mm-mm.
Kind of
Yep.
speaks volumes on how good his year was last year. Probably actually that award had been coming for him because he'd been flying under the radar for 3 or 4 years now.
Mm.
He's just been getting better and better, and the Cleary talks were just
It does
just
help when
kept
you win 4 on the trot.
yeah,
Like,
but
who else are they going to talk about?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like,
And then the Bulldogs, well, that was the most boring
Oh,
game I've ever
that
come across.
first half, I almost fell asleep. That
2-0. Are we watching the A-League game or are
Yeah.
we watching the...
I felt bad for the Knights.
Hey, shout out Archie Goodwin. Now the outright top goal scorer in the
Yeah,
A-League.
12?
12.
Yeah, good on him.
Shout out Arch.
Yeah, if he's listening.
Come on the pod soon.
Yeah. Well, but I mean,
I'll give him a call.
A-League season's almost
Yeah.
Almost
Because you'll
done.
probably come back to Newcastle for
Yeah.
a bit when the A-League's done.
Hmm.
I'll give him a call.
Yeah.
Give him a
something
call.
different. Yeah. No, but the doggies, yeah, wow. But I mean, like I was saying, I felt bad for Knights because Saifidi did his calf running out.
Yeah.
Then Schiller got HIA'd in that his first run.
Yeah. Saifidi, by the way, starting in my fantasy.
Well, I mean, speaking of fantasy, you won again.
I had Iongi on the bench.
Mm.
102 points.
Yeah, I mean, you won 1,156 to my 937.
That's poor from you. Got to be better than for someone who made.
Well, all
used-
my forwards at one point got sin-binned. Haas, sin-bin. Tino, sin-bin. My best forward was Siwa Wong.
we both had the
somehow had
107
112 points.
yeah.
Had Haas as captain. You got like 45 all up.
Yeah, I had DC as captain, bro. Got like 60 points. Fix yourself up, DC. We're chewing through time here, so let's go and talk about the games.
We'll do tips.
Tips. All right, let's talk about it. Dolphins, Penrith.
I got Penrith.
Penrith too.
Hopefully. I swear
Yeah.
down if they lose again. Well,
Dragons, Titans.
I took Saints
Yeah, I took Saints.
with no Tino there.
Yeah, took Saints as well. Bronx, Roosters.
Bronx.
Bronx for me too. Sharks, Manly.
I took Manly.
Mm.
Sharks are in a slump.
I took Sharks. I just think in Perth.
Well, see, it's a 12 o'clock game over there. So,
Dry pitch as well.
mm,
That's the type of pitch Sharks win on. Dry pitches.
yeah, fair enough.
High scoring game as well.
Mm. Yep.
Watch out, my tips are coming in this week. South's Cows.
I took cows in a
I took
tight
Cows.
one.
Convincing Cows is what I'm calling that. Para Raiders.
I took Raiders purely because I heard Lomax is out.
Yeah, I took Raiders as well.
Yep.
Raiders big win for me.
Yep.
Storm Wales.
Storm, comfortably.
Storm, they actually hold the longest active winning streak in the competition against the team.
Yeah.
16 consecutive wins against the Warriors.
Wow.
Now, that's
Home
the
and away.
fifth highest in Premier
League.
The fifth highest in NRL history.
Yeah.
Yeah, so still active. So that's going to be on the line this weekend. And Knights, Tigers.
I thought Tigers. For some reason, Tigers are the underdogs.
Yeah, 230. But
Luai's back.
in saying that, I mean, it's hard to back against the Knights on a Sunday arvo.
In Newcastle. Which I will be attending. I don't know about you.
Probably not.
Because you're too busy gambling, playing poker.
Too busy playing poker.
Yeah. Unless you get knocked out early.
Get knocked out early, you'll see you there. You know, while we're on here, you want to set your line for how long you think I'll last in the tournament?
So it starts at 1.
Starts at 1.
And it finishes at 7.
7 or 8, pretty much.
Give me 3 o'clock.
I'll be out by 3 o'clock. You reckon I'll be out by 3 o'clock to get there for 4?
Because I personally reckon, with the amount of chips you start with, you start with like $1 million worth of chips. You'll see it as like, oh yeah, I can play loose here.
You don't start with $1 million. I think you start with like 100k.
And you will get outdone.
Yeah, I'm not good playing loose.
No. Because he sees a large amount of money in front of him and he goes, yeah.
Bluff Central.
Yeah.
Let's get into our picks for the week. Dolphins, Penrith. You got anything for this one, mate?
I do. Now, the unders of 48.5, I like it. Dolphins in the last 7 games, the unders have hit, right? Into Alamotti to score any time, okay? Penrith, not Penrith, but Dolphins have conceded in the first 5 games to right-sided wingers, and Alamotti, I'm pretty sure, has scored every game this year. Alamotti by himself is $1.70, which isn't bad. Now the multi all up for unders and Alamotti anytime, $3.50.
Not bad.
That's my pick.
So you're thinking Penrith are going to run away with it? Or?
I can't say Penrith will run away with it, but...
It's my pet hate, but I hope it gets up for you. My pet hate is backing try scorers with the unders, because it's like... Yeah, but it's such a fine gap to get.
It's 48 points.
Yeah, so it's 8 tries.
It's 8 tries. It's a fair amount of tries.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dragons, Titans, got anyone for this one?
Dragons, Titans... No Tino is a problem, but Tui Pelotu has scored 7 tries in his last 9 games at Wynn Stadium.
That's a win.
So Tui Pelotu, anytime try scorer, only $1.64 if you want it. But that's my pick.
Got my roughie of the week in this one.
Okay, there we go.
My
Second
roughie of the
game
week.
in. Little
It's
Friday,
it's one single.
Friday special.
It's one single.
One single, okay.
One single. Now, I saw the price of this, man,
Okay.
and I thought, that's ridiculous. I'm backing this man. This is the type of game this man gets over in. I know he's coming off the bench.
Oh, okay.
I know he's coming off the bench, but when I saw $5 for this man, I couldn't go past it. Fafita to score off the bench.
Yeah.
$5.
$5.
$5. I reckon he'll get a good 40 minutes at least. He'll come on around that 25-minute mark, and he might even stay on for the rest of the game.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
For $5, I don't care if he doesn't start for the first 25 minutes. It'll be a battle for the first 20 minutes anyways.
Yeah.
He'll come on.
Go to work.
I think.
Yeah.
For $5, man.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good value, though.
Pretty good value. You can
For
find
Dave,
out.
that'd be the largest amount I've seen him at.
Yeah. It's
Value
travelling
wise.
between $4.50 and $4.90 on most things, but Ladbrokes, $5.
No, fair enough. Okay. My Bronx against the Roosters. Again, Cobbo anytime, $1.57. Again, like Dolphins, Chooks have conceded to the right side winger in their first 5 games.
Yep.
$1.57, not much there.
Not much there.
Not much meat on the bone there. But again, it's for all your value hunters.
Yep. Nothing for me in that one.
Nothing for you.
Sharks Manly.
Well, this somewhat brings me into my roughie of the week, and I'm naming it a Saturday special.
All right.
Okay. Now, I've taken 1 try scorer for the 3 games on the Saturday. Now, for the Sharks Manly game, I've taken Ronaldo Mulatalo. He's scored 5 tries in his last 5 games against Manly. He's by himself. He's paying $1.73. I've taken Alex Johnston, anytime try scorer against the Cowboys there. He scored 7 in his last 5 games against the Cowboys.
True.
Again, Jono by himself, $1.79, which ain't bad for Jono.
Carrying a little injury, though.
He is, but he'll power through. I'm sure of it. And then the last game, Eagles versus Raiders. Now with Lomax being pulled out, who was meant to play on the right side wing, Seb Chris I've taken. He's scored 4 tries in his last 4 games against Para. He's paying $2.65. All them try scorers together in a multi, paying $8.20.
I like it. I like where you're going with it.
That's my Saturday special.
Saturday special.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets up.
Yeah, hopefully.
Follow if you will.
Haven't had a rough yet. Hit.
No.
Yeah, no.
But referring back to that Sharks man game, I got the over 45.5 points.
Yeah.
Don't
Is that what the line's at?
Don't even know why it's at that line. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, that's ridiculous. People think it's going to be a tight game, but these guys can't defend this shit. Dry surface.
yeah.
Smells points to me. South Cows, what you got for me?
Just Jono.
Just Jono. I've got the overs in this game as well. I'm liking this over fest this weekend.
Yeah.
Over 47.5.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams. So over 47.5 for me.
No, fair
Para
enough.
Raiders for
Fair
you.
enough. Just Seb Chris again.
Chris. I didn't have anything in that game.
No.
Storm Wilds on Sunday.
Well, this stat really took me by like a wowzer. Xavier Coates, 10 tries in his last 6 games, and he's still paying $1.60.
Yeah. $1.60 is he really?
Now, whatever Waz line is, I'd take the unders.
Unders? Oh, for their
For
totals.
their totals.
Yeah, right.
Whatever their totals is, I'd take the unders.
Storm can leak some, but that's my issue.
They can, but
In the back end of the game,
Amy
anyways.
Park, I swear down, Waz can't score.
What about Waz unders first half? Because they let him leak. I wonder what that first half line is.
I'm not too sure.
If it's 12.5, take the unders.
Yeah.
If it's
Fair enough.
anything at 12 above.
Yeah.
So nothing in that one?
Other than Coates, but again, $1.60, not much there. I'm just getting the stats out there for all the people listening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Knights, Tigers.
Now, Luai's back. Sharp has scored 5 tries in his 2 games against the Tigers.
He's playing in 5'8", yep.
Paying 5.8, paying $2.85 anytime try scorer. Now, obviously, this brings in my guarantee. I don't even know if you're going to call it a guarantee anymore.
The guarantee is that you're going to throw something really random here. That's the guarantee.
Now, because I've had a bit of a, again, honking month, I've decided to make it a multi.
Okay.
Canberra at the line, which is 6.5, into Tigers to win.
Wait,
And
Canberra at the line.
Canberra at the line.
Alternate.
Oh, no, that's the line.
6.5.
6.5, paying $1.
Minus 6.5.
Minus 6.5, paying $1.90.
Fuck, you're right.
That's what it was at last.
Yeah.
And Tigers to win at $2.30. That's paying $4.20. That's my guarantee.
Interesting.
So what I've done, I've actually made it so if one hits, there's like a cash out option.
Right. I actually got my
just to make sure.
best bet of the week in this game.
True.
Yeah, game. This is where we contradict ourselves. I got Knights 1 to 12.
True. Hunter bounce back, you reckons?
Yeah.
After a doggies bloody
320 for
domination.
1 to 12 for Knights.
321 to 12. What's the line for that game?
It's 2.5, I think.
320 for 1 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to shop around. Most were $2.90 or $3. $3.20.
Yeah. Decent.
I thought that if the Knights win, I think they're going to blow the Tigers out, actually. Tigers have been pretty good at keeping, when they've got their full team, keeping it close.
Mm.
And a Knights Sunday Arvo game just smells close, big atmosphere.
It's going to be a beaut day here in Newey on Sunday. I'm keen to go.
The weather's been good so far
I'm keen
today.
to go. I think we're meant to get a bit of rain on the Sat. Then it'll be pristine pitch on the Sunday there.
Yep. No more to add for me there, really.
No, there hasn't been real big news or anything.
No, nothing.
NRL this week, they've really taken a
Yeah, the
seat,
Cherry
you know,
Evans
they
things
really
floated
just-
away a
yeah.
bit, which is kind of.
The only major
fucked
thing is a few injuries with Lomax there, but the Fogarty signing hasn't even been an official
Nah,
signing.
it's just yeah.
Just rumour at this point. There
Yeah.
hasn't been much else to note other than a few crowd incidences, which is a bit sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to see it, especially not in even like I know in general, but even like with kids around, you don't want to see it.
No.
Yeah, it's. But I mean, unfortunately, it's how the cookie crumbles.
It's all right. Should we finish it up there?
I think
Short
we shall.
episode?
Short episode, but it was very concise.
Yeah, got to the point.
Short and concise, straight into it.
I mean, to be fair, we just did record another hour
We
episode.
did, but how
prior.
long is this gone for?
Probably like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to check?
I'm just making sure that everything's still recording.
Oh yeah, this is only a 25-minute episode.
Yeah, I know, but we're going straight to the point.
Straight to the
Straight
point.
to the point. No mucking around here.
It's good for people to watch when it's on the day.
It is, but I mean, back to your Archie. If Archie does listen,
He hasn't listened.
he doesn't listen.
No.
You don't reckon?
I'll just send him a text. I got his number. We'll just
Yeah. We might have to get him on one of these Wednesdays.
I'll text him when he's in Newey next.
Yeah, once the season's over, I'm sure he will be.
We'll get him on.
Yeah,
Hopefully everything's set up by then. Something good little setup for us.
yeah.
But
I
yeah.
don't know. That was a quick 25 minutes. Damn.
Tune in on Monday. Make sure you
Yeah.
like us on Spotify,
Yeah.
and because you'll get notified when we put an episode drops.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories,
Mm.
and there's some pretty interesting
Oh,
stuff.
there's some whoppers in there.
There's some good ones. But we'll see you guys on Monday.
Easy guys, take it.